Hi, it's me, MC, Healthy by George. I'm coming to you here every Sunday and Thursday. Sundays, I like to talk about my health and wellness journey. And on Thursdays, I like to talk about topics of what I'm thinking on and to address for longevity and promote function as I get older. If you hear a little puppy in the background howling, it's because either his mommy and daddy are out or he's being trained. Oh dear. I know, right?
Welcome to Healthy by George. I want you to know that this is for informational purposes only, and it should not be considered as medical advice, nor does it have anything related to my employer. So it's always best for you to check with your own medical provider before you do anything that I recommend or for any medical treatments. So please join me, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.
Okay, so some of you may not know that I'm recovering from a hysterectomy I had about 3.5 weeks ago. And so I had to stop my Tirzepatide about 10 days prior to surgery because of wanting to prevent any kind of problem with anesthesia and anything being in my stomach that can be very dangerous. And so you stop the Tirzepatide about a week or so before you have any kind of surgery. I wasn't feeling great right after my hysterectomy in my stomach. My appetite was still pretty bad and not really feeling hungry, but I finally did. So about a week ago, I restarted the Tirzepatide. So I've been back on the drug for about a week. I took my second dose today. You know, there was some hesitation because, restarting on the dose you were on can sometimes lead to more side effects. And so there was some consideration about that. I had a discussion with my healthcare provider, and I think I feel pretty confident of starting at the 7.5 milligram and seeing what kind of side effects I had. And really, I've only had just mild side effects of some upset stomach and some heartburn, but it has been super mild. I think the biggest thing was I dramatically felt the difference in hunger. That stopped, cravings, that stopped, and immediately feeling full faster than I had previously been feeling. That was really quite distinct. So I'm back on the drug. I'm really going to start weighing and doing my measuring things starting tomorrow. I haven't been up to it before. Got quite a number of stitches and swelling still. But that's okay. I'm embracing where I'm at and embracing my healing process and recognizing going slow is the powerful process, slowness. But I think what's interesting as I've been on this GLP-1 journey is I'm learning how really beneficial this type of drug is. We're learning that it is really such a beneficial drug. For example, they just came out with a study that showed if you're on the low dose of the medication, that it could, like 2.4 milligrams of Wegovy, they looked back to see how many people had reduced costs in their annual medical costs. And guess what? It was significant. 22% of people had a reduction if they were on a weight loss or cardio purpose for taking this drug, that they had $6,500 in total medical costs over the year. That's pretty interesting. And I wonder, if we are able to really sustain and take this drug and you have these problems, I wonder if this could be something that becomes even bigger. Because in another study that Weight Watchers put out, they showed that there was a drop in alcohol use. So we're learning more and more that this drug has some interesting impact on craving, perhaps, or something that signals that we can slow down and maybe rethink our choices when it comes to behavior with food and other types of things, alcohol, for example, and maybe not choose to use it or drink it or eat it. I know that it's felt that way with me. The other good thing that's come out about this is an oral version of a semaglutide has been studied, and it's shown that a very low dose of 25 milligrams orally has shown to be a big benefit. Again, it's shown that weight loss has been consistent. It's easier for people to stay engaged in taking the medicine. And I think that's amazing that they're going to have a new way of helping patients with an oral version of semaglutide because, some people really don't want to stick themselves with a needle once a week. So that's a very good result. The other thing that was something that came out that I thought was so fascinating was this telehealth company called Hims and Hers. They came out with a process for allowing people to share on their platform how they're challenged to find access to these drugs, which I really think is a big deal. We really, truly need to look at this because if we look at the statistics of where obesity and overweight is headed in 2050, we're going to have a huge number of population, both adults and adolescents, that are overweight or obese. And this is a huge problem, not only because it really is a health issue, as I've learned for myself. It's hard on your joints. You're at higher risk for other conditions. And truthfully, as an adolescent, which I suffered with, you are a target as someone who is teased or treated differently, or you don't feel capable of engaging as other adolescents do in certain activities. You isolate yourself because you don't feel like you fit in. I do think that having something that helps us, because definitely we have something that's not right with our food that we have access to. There's so much ultra-processed food that's available, and it's very difficult because they target your palate. They are targeting your palate, and when you become somebody who is addicted to Lay's potato chips or Cheetos or nachos or any of those things that are in those easy-to-grab bags, those things have a trigger that you can't resist them. It's the truth. Let's face it. This is a challenge that we all have to deal with. These foods are inexpensive. They're accessible. They're everywhere. And it's just a challenge. And I can't even imagine as an adolescent how hard it must be to resist from eating some of these things. So for me, I know I plan everything in a way. I like to plan my meals. I like to plan and have the same type of thing. Granted, I do get bored sometimes, so then I treat myself like I did this morning. I treated myself by making a very unusual protein apple pancake with the Kodiak protein flour. That was interesting, but it was tasty. It still tasted good. It was very eggy, and I put apples in it with some cinnamon. I didn't put that powdered sugar. I don't care for that stuff. But it was really yummy, and I made so much that I still had another serving. It was very tasty. So I'm just on this journey to focus on my wellness as I get closer and closer to my own personal first goal, which is to be under 200 pounds by the end of the year. I just have 5 more weeks, and my goal is to see if I can get close to that by the end of the year. And I'll be coming here every Sunday to share with you how it's going. I don't really want to go up to the next dose of the Tirzepatide, but you know what? If I have to. So everything is going well. The recovery from my surgery, getting back on track with my weight loss goals, moving more, although it's not easy to move with these incisions or these stitches everywhere. I have to go slow. It's humbling to go slow. But dear friends, please, we have this one precious life. Let's live it intentionally. Let's live it so that we can grow older and be functional, both with our brain, body, and spirit. Take care, and I'll see you next time. And if you think about it, subscribe. I'd love to see you here. Bye-bye.
So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.